Art Journal Play Live is all new for 2015. I created this program to encourage and inspire you to play in your art journal or sketchbook and explore mixed media and surface design. This e-course bundle includes monthly live streaming workshops live from my studio. Art Journal Play is a mix of inspiration, creative prompts, live monthly online HD demos, Q&A sessions, plus I have bonus Google Hangouts where I share real-time painting in my journal. You'll also get a series of printable PDF art journaling workbooks, digital kits, and access to a creative online community from around the world. Workshop 1, MOTIF, Patterns, Prints, and Stencils, is all about layers. Experiment with surface design using acrylic and watercolor. Develop your visual vocabulary with patterns and create mixed media layers using a variety of stencils, found and handmade mark-making tools. Be ready to play and experiment as I guide you through a series of fun and creative prompts to get you playing in your art journal, like this one here. Some of that background still. And that adds a little bit of dimension to the background. So I can fill in some of that white space. And you can do some, kind of drawing with the back of the brush into the paint to get more of your shapes down on the paper or the canvas. So just drawing little stems and adding free-form floral kind of shapes on there. And then I can outline. I want to outline one of these bigger flowers just so it has a little bit more definition to it. In Workshop 2, Digital Canvas 2.0, this e-course builds on my previous Digital Canvas class, and you'll explore creating your signature style from faces to florals to sketchbook doodles with paint, then using iPad apps and Photoshop to create digital patterns and paintings. You'll combine traditional and digital painting, and you'll have the opportunity to be a live guest on one of the Google Hangouts and play along with various creative digital jumpstarts. Workshop 3, Flourish, is all about hand lettering. Evocative hand-drawn words, swirls, and flourishes. I'll share alternative ways to create stylized lettering as we explore dip pens, brush letters, and various markers and my favorite pens to inspire your signature mark-making style. You'll learn about hand-drawn typography, exemplars, and letter forms, and how to incorporate hand-painted doodles into your lettering. Workshop 4, Bound, is all about journal structures. I've created this lesson more as a lecture and a demo to include ideas and samples of various journal structures and ideas of how you can build different types of journals, and I'll give you a peek into a variety of my art journals and sketchbooks and host a Q&A session. I forgot to, I'll move these out of the way. I've got my trusty old foam stamps and foam pieces. So this is just a piece of craft foam that I cut, and it kind of reminds me of like an icicle shape. So you can use all kinds of fun stuff. And then I've got some hot glue stamps. And so I make these the same way as I do my stencils, but they have a foam background. So just a couple of few more ideas there. And then I also gave everybody as part of the workshop, there's a downloadable PDF kit, and you can print them. And this I just printed on regular, I like to print on thin, just copy paper, because if I want to use it for collage, it works out great. So you can also print it on cardstock. So that's another thing, because then you can create things like journals and even like little mini calendars. So I've been making these little books out of my pages, and these are printed in cardstock. So it's like a little mini journal. And then when you open it, you just basically take all your papers and you fold them in half, and you stick them inside each other. This one still needs to be bound, but this is what happens when you put it together. You've got an automatic little mini journal. So just an idea of how to use these little handouts. So, or these PDF workbooks that I send out. And if you have a borderless printer, you can print them all the way straight to the edge. That's what I do. That's how I design them. I design them to be printed full bleed. And if you don't have a borderless printer, you can still print them. Just print them regular, and then you can trim the side, and it'll just be a little bit smaller. But so many ideas on how you can use these. And then the great thing about some of my other digital kits is that when they are in this like booklet size, you can actually cut them apart, and then you've got multiple papers. And these make great, collage papers. I mean, you can do so much. You can make like little hang tags for your gifts. You can print them on paper and make little wrapping paper out of them, if you have a tinier box that you want to wrap. So I just wanted to kind of give you an overview about how you can use these. I just add a little bit of water onto my brush, dip the tip of it in water, and then it creates that nice wash and cleans my brush at the same time. So you can see, fill that all in. And you can see some of these areas where the white paint was. So it's just a slight difference of color. It's not like that big of a difference. And I can add, if I want to add more white in here, I can add it just on the tip of my brush to add the color. Great. And, obviously leaves usually in nature are more symmetrical, but, mine definitely are not. But that's just my style. So you want to make sure that when you're working with markers, and it's always something I have to repeat, is that you do this when it's dry, or you're going to ruin these pens. So keep that in mind. You don't want to ruin these markers. And you can tell if it's still wet, you can usually tell. Like that's not dry yet. That wasn't good. And really, this is how I work in my studio. When I open my art journal, I have no plan at all. It's just kind of like I'll pull out the colors, and then, whatever I decide to make marks and do, it kind of just happens. So I think it's always fun to kind of see that and see things unedited, because that's the one thing about when you do workshops, when it's videos, it's really, people have it's edited, because most people edit them. I don't know if everybody does, but just to condense them a little bit. So really, when you work like this, you kind of get to see on the fly. And then next year, I'm going to invite in a couple of other artists to kind of do live journaling sessions also. So I think that would be fun. I think that I want to do kind of like a 5 supply challenge where you're only using 5 different tools or 5 different things to create a page. So I have some fun stuff in store for next year. Anyways, thanks everyone. And I'll be sharing more stuff in the classroom. And I really hope that you are enjoying all of the content and learning lots. And don't forget to share your work and hashtag it Printmaking Unleashed. And I look forward to talking to you and sharing with you again. Happy art journaling. I'll see you soon. Bye.